Well, and the question that we are asking now is, if there are rapes in schools, then how will India learn and grow? And to focus on that question and others associated with it is Rekha Aggarwal, women's activist and senior advocate of the Supreme Court of India. Well, ma'am, I mean, how does one deal with a situation like this? This is a residential school. There must be many like this, maybe about 1,000 is what reports say, ashram schools. And really, people can't be trusted. I mean, the administration, the staff, it looks really quite bad, isn't it, when everyone is involved in something like this, quite heinous?
Absolutely. Such kind of news reports, in fact, they leave me numb.
Exactly.
And I feel so numb to even answer a question that you put to me like that. That a specific law, a special law has been enacted especially to deal with such kind of crimes which take place in sheltered homes. And that is the POCSO Act, which has been enacted in 2012, especially to take care of such situations where children are the victims of sexual violence. And children includes both girls, minor girls and boys. Day in and day out, every day in the newspaper or in the media, we hear about such atrocities being committed on children. And the worst thing that happens is that it is, as you said, the protectors become the perpetrators as well as predators.
Yes.
And when such a crime is committed by a person of trust, the POCSO Act lays down that the punishment has to be double. And more people of trust, whether it is a doctor, whether it is a teacher, whether it is a bus conductor or a driver, when the children are being ferried back from the schools to their homes, they are being violated by such people whom the family members trust. Then at the same time, family members themselves are committing such crimes. And as I say, incest is one of the biggest problems that the children now of our country are facing.
These things are not actually being reported enough because the children obviously are afraid to report it. And in this particular case, even though they did try to report it, I mean, those they reported to didn't actually pay much heed to it.
This makes the crime worse because, as you just reported, that the girl did try to complain. But the problem that is there is that whenever a child makes a complaint like this about a person who is in a powerful position, nobody is willing to take up cudgels. First of all, nobody believes, and nobody is willing to take up cudgels against the other staff members for fear of losing their own job. They may be themselves party to it. It may be a conspiracy, as this is a case of gang rape. 13 people have been involved in it. So obviously, the rest of the school administration could not have been oblivious to what was going on. And when an innocent child's voice is snubbed and nobody hears about it, the crime becomes all the more serious. And that is why I think that in this scenario, the number of laws that may be enacted over time, they're not going to find a solution to the problem until there is a social awareness. The children are being made more strong, more aware as to speak out whenever such a crime takes place against them. Such crimes have to be reported. There has to be social awareness. It is only then, I hope, that such crimes could be stopped.
What does one do actually to keep out sexual predators, pedophiles from schools? This is obviously a problem to start with, isn't it? Because this is, I mean, it's not only happening in India, it's actually happening across
all over
the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they are actually congregating in schools because obviously they find vulnerable prey there.
I mean, it's easy. Such children are easy prey.
Exactly.
They're innocent, gullible people. They are from an economically or a socially backward society, most of these cases. And therefore, when they are targeted by people who are holding a powerful position, people of trust, the situation becomes all the more worse for the lawmakers as well as society to handle. So the question was, how do we stop them? Well, I think the law has not...
improve? I mean, if you have
surveillance has to CCTVs,
etc.,
then first of all, I think before we come down to such kind of action, awareness about law, or rather the ignorance about law, that is the main reason as to why these crimes take place, whether it is pedophiles or whether it is any other psychological disorder which is making a person, and mind you, such crimes are committed not only by men, but such crimes are committed also by women. And whenever any person in the society commits such a crime, I think it is first of all a psychological disorder. But of course, that does not take away the gravity of the crime. That just that it's a psychological problem, and therefore such a person should be forgiven. So I think until and unless, first of all, awareness of law has to be there. I wonder how many people are even aware in our country that there is a special law called the POCSO Act.
Sure.
It has been enacted after the Beijing conference, keeping the children's right. Article 15 of the Constitution makes it very clear that there have to be special law to safeguard and to uplift our children from the society. But despite that, nobody is aware of it.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us here on News Night.